They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some room to run now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 more yards there and another 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
The throw over the middle, taken in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. He's got his big tight end, Fant. He's got room at the 30. Room here to run. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Eagles 7, Lions nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce It's out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now Murray. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. To throw is Murray. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made by Rasheem Green. The Lions are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and the Eagles have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd down, Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Shotgun now for Lance. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. On play action, it's Murray. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's got some space here. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now Murray off play action. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. McCaffrey will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1-yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And an Eagles first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. They find some open field here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And that's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting rocked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. Throw caught by Raymond. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 4. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half from Murray. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds up past the 10. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gold. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, I'm curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to submit it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Lance. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing now is Lance. Flush to his right. And Lance throws the interception, his third. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
To throw, it's Murray. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down. See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give here to Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got room. And he's going to be taken down. But there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Now here's Pollard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? And now they'll throw with Lance. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Noah Fant with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And some room to maneuver. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 119 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From the 24, Murray over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Partner, a tie game in the fourth quarter. You and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Murray now on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lance. This is the tight end Fant. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 17, Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Pollard going to try the right side. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance now to throw. Throw left side complete to Chase. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tony Pollard, 14 yards. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Lions 14.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run with Pollard. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Eagles are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was fair to look back and say the 4th down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Murray now on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.